Here, we'd like to give you a brief overview about Bitcoin's climate impact and unique role in the energy ecosystem. Bitcoin has an insatiable hunger for energy, consuming an estimated amount of 0.6% of the worldwide electricity. While other cryptocurrencies don't rely on the energy-consuming proof-of-work consensus mechanism, which is crucial for Bitcoin, there is a deeper misunderstanding towards its role in the energy system and environmental impact. For years, Bitcoin was cast as an environmental villain. Today, a clearer picture emerges. Reliable research replaces questionable claims, revealing a cleaner, more innovative energy story. It all started with one flawed idea, tying Bitcoin's emissions directly to its transactions, introduced by an employee of the Central Bank of the Netherlands in 2018. Policymakers, investors, media, and citizens trusted this simplistic metric. Full-wing academic papers tore down this concept fast. The energy consumption of Bitcoin does not escalate with the number of transactions. However, the negative stigma was already propagated by the media, while few grasp the true essence of Bitcoin and its energy implications to the grid. Academic papers, which rely on analytical and empirical data, need time to substantiate the claims presented. It's important to understand that professional Bitcoin mining hardware just started to emerge in 2013. Therefore, the Bitcoin mining industry was in its infancy, evolving quickly as it continued to grow. In addition, another study done by Cambridge University in 2019 also highlighted the negative impact of Bitcoin mining and estimated its carbon footprint, but ignored off-grid mining in its early models, sites powered by hydro, solar, and other renewables. Cambridge University revised its 2019 estimates in 2023, admitting earlier calculations were incomplete. The BEAST model, integrating off-grid data, offered clearer insight. Bloomberg embraced it, discarding outdated estimates. For years, flawed data shaped opinions. Decisions on regulation, investment, and public policy rested on incomplete data. By 2023, academia abandoned the old eco-disaster narrative. Instead of stoking fear, they highlight renewables and real data, while the media outlets still dismiss this change, repeating the old myths about Bitcoin's energy disaster. Some aspects were indeed accurate. In 2021, China imposed a ban on Bitcoin mining activities, prompting miners to relocate to countries like Kazakhstan, where fossil fuel power was heavily subsidized. However, by 2022, Kazakhstan had started taxing these miners, leading them to seek out new locations for affordable energy once again. While the industry experienced rapid growth and increased competition, its primary catalyst has been the availability of inexpensive electricity. So the main question is, what is the cheapest form of energy? It's excess or stranded energy, which can't be economically utilized. Until now, because Bitcoin miners can utilize every energy because they are location agnostic, just an internet connection is required. That's why miners started to seek greener grids in Ethiopia or Paraguay, reshaping energy demand, as renewable energy is more prone to excess energy. Due to the competitiveness of the Bitcoin mining industry, more than half of Bitcoin's mining energy now comes from renewables. Emissions intensity fell by about 60%, even as hash rate soared fivefold during the same period. Rising network security no longer means rising carbon footprints. Meanwhile, academic research backs a decoupling. As machine efficiency improves and clean energy grows, hash rate can climb while emissions shrink. Therefore, the network's climate impact declines even as its computational security strengthens. As we see further advancements, we anticipate that renewable energy sources will increase to over 90% in the future. Additionally, large mining facilities are expected to decline as Bitcoin miners will require alternative revenue streams to remain competitive. One promising opportunity lies in utilizing the byproduct of mining, heat, a new frontier in Bitcoin mining that we will explore shortly. Data supports the persistent decline in electricity prices, emphasizing once again that miners must search for the most affordable power sources available globally. But first, let's talk about the unique properties of Bitcoin mining in grid environment. Bitcoin miners play a crucial role in supporting power grids by utilizing excess electricity, serving as a buyer of last resort, and swiftly shutting down during times of power scarcity. This adaptability helps minimize expensive redispatch efforts and decreases the need for renewable energy curtailment, ultimately improving stability and saving the system billions annually. This is truly remarkable. There is no other technology that can accomplish this. While expanding renewable energy is crucial for reducing reliance on fossil fuels, the intermittent nature of renewable sources is leading to increasing costs for redispatch and curtailment, primarily due to insufficient energy storage solutions. In places like Germany, with their expensive energy costs, providers incurred over 4 billion euros in redispatch expenses and about 1 billion euros in curtailment measures in 2022, mostly due to insufficient grid capacities, costs that ultimately fell on residents. However, Bitcoin mining could not only mitigate these extra costs, but also assist in lowering their elevated energy expenses due to Bitcoin earned instead. Therefore, flexible demand turned Bitcoin into renewables' best friend. Solar overflow or wind no longer goes to waste. Fewer curtailments mean cleaner power is fully utilized, increasing revenue and encouraging even more green installations. It's time to understand and adapt Bitcoin mining into the strategy of energy providers, as renewable energy is expanding fast, and there are additional expenses like curtailment with it. For instance, during windy nights, turbines don't have to waste power. Miners run overnight, turning what would be lost into productive energy, boosting turbine returns on investment. Their location agnosticism is quite beneficial as well. When energy distribution networks are fully established, or if there is no surplus energy available, miners can be rapidly relocated to other areas. Alongside the grid benefits of miners for stabilization and surplus energy use, mining facilities can also act as a primary buyer to support new energy exploration. Typically, off-grid mining initiatives can make remote hydro and previously unprofitable solar energy viable. By establishing local demand, these projects draw investment, enhance infrastructure, and promote sustainable growth in remote communities such as rural Africa, where approximately 500 million people lack access to electricity. Let's repeat this message. As energy symbolizes prosperity, a significant paradigm shift is emerging. For the first time, renewable energy sources such as hydro, linked to Bitcoin mining as a primary buyer, can become economically viable. This transformation has the potential to turn rural areas into hubs of energy abundance, enhancing productivity, education, and fostering a thriving society overall. An example is Virunga National Park in Democratic Republic of Congo, famous for its endangered gorilla population, where Greenpeace campaigned for years to save its foreclosure. Also, actor Leonardo DiCaprio spent millions on a documentary to try to save Virunga Park unsuccessfully, but with the help of Bitcoin mining, the park could finally become self-supporting due to its on-site hydropower capabilities. So let's delve deeper into this economic incentive. We discovered that Bitcoin mining becomes profitable only when utilizing excess or stranded energy due to the industry's competitiveness. Therefore, more creative ways needs to be found to look for these types of energy apart from the usual wind, solar, or hydro energy. In the 70s, the idea of ocean thermal energy conversion, OTEC in short, was born, a process or technology for producing green energy by harnessing the temperature differences between ocean surface waters and deep ocean waters, especially in tropical regions where surface water can be much warmer than deep water. In the 90s, the first demonstration plant was installed in Hawaii, but these types of projects are hardly economically viable due to supply and demand issues. With Bitcoin mining on site, excess power finds immediate use, speeding OTEC and therefore green energy adoption. A major environmental achievement is the capture of methane, particularly from landfills and biogas facilities. Rather than flaring this powerful gas, miners transform it into energy, effectively reducing greenhouse gas emissions right at the source. Methane, which has a 100-year global warming potential that is 30 times greater than that of CO2, poses a considerable and enduring challenge to climate mitigation initiatives. Bitcoin mining can serve as the most effective mitigation technology, even without a direct incentive to achieve this. It's simply a byproduct of harnessing energy. As a result, Bitcoin mining has the potential to significantly lower carbon emissions. Biogas plants turning organic waste into fuel partner with miners to monetize surplus energy. Harvesting vented gas at landfills is not only a huge win for the environment, it allows miners and landfill operators to access a global customer base, breaking through regional restrictions on energy or biofuel sales. This approach promotes the versatile use of electricity generated from landfill gas-to-energy systems, enhancing the efficiency of intermittent energy production and responding to market demand. Additionally, it minimizes or removes expenses related to grid connections and transmission losses for newly electrified renewable energy generation sites. Bitcoin mining facilities can also be established at any location, regardless of connection to electricity grids or communication infrastructure. Therefore, it enables cleaner projects to become more profitable and scalable. Municipal wastewater treatment plants also follow this principle, as the organic matter they process can be utilized to generate biogas. This gas typically consists of 40 to 50% methane and 30 to 40% carbon dioxide, making it an excellent candidate for various applications. Additionally, it represents a fully renewable energy source. Human waste can be regarded as another form of renewable energy. In the small town of Panajachel, Guatemala, a wastewater treatment facility is already harnessing this potential by mining Bitcoin, thereby creating financial resources for the municipality. Numerous projects and energy sources can be explored in the future, transforming previously inefficient production into economically self-sustaining operations. For instance, affordable tire recycling has been made possible through Bitcoin mining, which helps minimize environmental damage from scrap tires by converting waste into valuable resources. Instead of relying on inflexible baseload or peaking power plants, which are inefficient and costly since they only operate during peak demand, flexible mining operations align with intermittent renewable energy sources. The outcome is reduced emergency interventions, decreased system costs, and improved economics for clean energy projects across the globe. Hydropower in remote regions once lay stranded due to transmission limits. Now, co-locating miners makes this clean energy economically viable. Similar models turn global outliers like OTEC or methane capture into thriving assets, driving broad decarbonization. Bitcoin mining supports an ecosystem of clean energy solutions, each reinforcing the other. Climate goals hinge on smart energy use. Bitcoin's role as a flexible consumer can speed the transition away from fossil fuels and towards green solutions. Finally, let's dive into the topic of Bitcoin mining waste heat. Since energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only transformed, Bitcoin mining systems convert 99% of their computational power into heat. Companies such as Terahash and Marathon Digital Holdings, one of the biggest mining companies, just announced they recycle heat from Bitcoin mining rigs to heat the homes of almost 12,000 and 80,000 residents in Finland, respectively, the largest application yet for heat recycling. Utilizing the waste heat is the newest frontier in Bitcoin mining. In addition to district heating applications, heat can be utilized for industrial purposes and incorporated into home water management systems. It has been employed to warm greenhouses for cultivating vegetables, flowers, algae, or even timber. Even in warm regions like Africa, waste heat can effectively dry cocoa beans and other fruits, preventing them from being left on the ground where insects can damage them, thereby enhancing and speeding up production. It can be further integrated into desalination processes, as estimates suggest that by 2030 there will be a 40% gap between water supply and demand. The world is increasingly relying on desalination, with 53% of all desalination currently occurring in the Middle East. However, this process is both carbon-intensive and energy-intensive. Bitcoin mining can help tackle these challenges. Firstly, it reduces carbon intensity by making solar energy deployments in the Middle East more profitable, as it acts as a buyer for energy that would otherwise go to waste. Secondly, it enhances the profitability of desalination plants, allowing them to generate Bitcoin and utilize the waste heat from mining rigs for desalination, enabling these facilities to efficiently produce more fresh water. So let's summarize. Bitcoin mining, once maligned, now stands as a model for adaptive, data-driven improvement. This shift influences regulatory outlook. Policymakers who once saw Bitcoin as a threat now consider it an ally in flexible grid management and carbon reduction. To fight climate change, Bitcoin education is important. With each new renewable plant financed, each methane source harnessed, and each off-grid site tapped, Bitcoin helps decarbonize faster than predicted. So even as you don't see any value in Bitcoin from a monetary standpoint, as we embrace fact over fear, a new chapter unfolds. Technology fueling renewables, reducing emissions, and guiding us toward a more sustainable world. As we still lack efficient energy storage capabilities, Bitcoin help reducing excess and stranded energy, especially to stabilize the grid. The network buys whatever you can't use and pays you in the hardest, most censorship-resistant, confiscation-resistant money known to man. Sustainability isn't just about cutting emissions, it's about using resources efficiently. Bitcoin's capacity to utilize stranded or wasted energy fits this ideal. In short, Bitcoin doesn't waste energy. Bitcoin mining saves wasted energy, and by doing so, it helps us fight climate change. Thanks for listening, and please consider sharing this video. And if you haven't already, please check out our video, 21 Use Cases of Bitcoin. Don't trust. Verify the sources in the links below.